Alright, so at the end of the video, I will actually try to remember to link a video that kind of shows you some of the step-by-step on how you set sockets like this up. In the event that you're not familiar with that setup, it's actually a very simple process, and the video does okay on explaining that, I think. So this is a nice little 2-pack set. I like that it's very slim, and because of the orientation of this socket being the way it is, I can't show you exactly what I want to show you, so I'm going to use the secondary that's included. So you know, they come with the little cover on the plug itself. They come with the little user manual, nice little box, and you get a 2-pack. So you have a little wireless indicator, a little flashing LED that'll show up here, of course your socket, the branding, and your switch. You can hear a very definitive click, and that's going to allow you to turn this off and on through the actual device in the event you need to do so. You can also control it with your Amazon Echo device, you know, Google Home devices, things of that nature, your assistants, virtual assistants, if you will. So I've got this light hooked up here, and what I'm going to say about this is I like that it's very slim and it doesn't really take up the space. You can't really tell very well, unfortunately, with this type of outlet because I'm using a surge type unit here, but basically because of the slimness of it, it's not going to block the lower or the upper socket depending on if you have it up or down, but this one, because the sockets are turned to the side, it's going to be a little different. But when you're plugging this into the wall directly, not a problem with blocking the socket. I really like that because some of the larger ones can actually get in the way of some of the other sockets. So that's an issue. And as I said, you do have the manual button, also the button that you can use if you need to press and hold in part of the setup process. If you're ever resetting or trying to, you know, get this thing working, you can do so. And the only other difference between these devices is usually the app. And my suggestion and what I'm doing is I'm not using the app that they recommend, and there's a reason for that. If you own a lot of these, which I do and probably many people do, and they're from different companies, then you're going to have a ton of different apps that all basically do the same job. So I'm using Tuya, I guess it's how it's pronounced, T-U-Y-A, and I have all of my different devices connected through that, and it works fine. So I would suggest doing that. I don't know how well this will actually show up, but you know, once you get this hooked up to your system, you'll have the ability to turn it off and on through your phone. You can set up countdowns and timers, so you can have it scheduled to do different things, and depending on the app you use, and you'll have these different devices connected, so you can actually, you know, just go through and, you know, deal with them, manage them as you like. There's scenes, so if you wanted to set it up so at night when you use your virtual assistant to go to sleep, you know, shut off your lights so you can go to bed, you can set it so that different devices go off or on, or whatever you want to do. I mean, it's a scene scenario, kind of a linking option that's kind of cool. But I recommend this app personally because it's the first one I used. It gives me all the things I need. It's super easy to set up. These do work just like all the others on the 2.4 as opposed to the 5 gigahertz spectrum, so that's something to keep in mind. So you know, there's always that to consider. And let me turn this light on for you right quick. Now, if you were to have a power outage, the light's going to go off, obviously. When you turn this back on, it shouldn't take very long for this to reacquire and reassociate itself with your network, your wireless network, and the device is going to be off. But you can see I didn't wait very long and I'm already back in control of the device. So in the event you have a power failure, I guess it depends on the device perhaps. This one has a physically, you know, always on switch that I can turn off and on, you know, via this little twist control. So in the event that power goes off, you don't have to wait long for it to become accessible again through your network. And other than that, I mean, there's not a lot else to say about these things. They're all very, very similar. Shapes and sizes and pricing are about the only real variances that I found. And these have a nice feel about them. They have a matte finish, not glossy or anything, so you don't have to worry about fingerprints if you're, very obsessed with that kind of thing. And other than that, let's say you can go over and manually turn the lights off and on, and you can use the app that they suggest, or you can use whichever one you happen to be using already. Most likely it's going to work. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. It's just one of life's little conveniences to be able to control these things via voice if you want to use your virtual assistant or your phone. And if you're not around the house, you can set up different timers to have these come off and on for security type reasons as well. So just a really, really handy little item to have. If you want to find out more, link below the video. You can find out more details and read some of the other reviews and kind of decide what works for you. I do think this is better than some of the larger ones, so I really do like that they made this in a much more compact size. There are some round ones, if you don't need it to be quite as wide for some reason, that you can also purchase. I said, there's so many different ones available, but these are really nice. They work really well, so I just wanted to kind of give you a real quick demonstration of how these work. And again, I'll try to link up a little video that's kind of my attempt to kind of show people how to set these up if there's any issue. Maybe it'll help someone to do so. Okay? Thanks for watching.